So we just made it to the beach in Connecticut at Silver Sands State Park, and it looks really cool. People are windsurfing out there. There's a lot of people out here. Oh yeah, I'm also lugging this ice chest around, so it's kind of heavy. I don't know if y'all can make out where the beach is, but if you see that line where the sky meets the sea, it calls me. No one else.
What's up? What are you talking about? What'd you have for breakfast?
Ever since we came to the Northeast, I've been so lucky to get to do a lot of things I never thought I was able to do. Ow, thorns. Going to Boston, going to New York City. Now this is the second time we've been to the beach. I also want to sit down and sketch something here. So as soon as I find the spot, we're gonna sit down and we'll get to art. Get to the art. Get to the art! So that ought to be fun.
Just had dry heaves. Dry heaves for breakfast. Let's pour some coffee on top of that.
First thing I like to do when I'm drawing a landscape is to measure one solid object, one thing that I'm going to base all the other relative information off of. And what I used to do is pencil. So what I'm going to do is hold my arm straight out. You may have seen me do this before. I'll hold my arm straight out so it's always at the same length. And what I'm going to do is mark the size of the shape with my thumb and the tip of the pencil. And then I can use that measurement literally physically on the paper. After I do that, then when I have my next objects, I can compare the shape of the drawing to the actual increment that I do in live person. So let me just find one object I'm going to use to be my relative shape, and then I'm going to put down other forms to match that shape. I measured them with my pencil out in the wild, and I'm going to actually measure it again from here. So my trees are 3 of these. 1, 2, 3. So my trees are going to start right here. We just stopped for a quick minute by a place called Walnut Beach to pick up some Cajun po' boy and some lobster rolls, and then we're going back to Albany.
Two, three, whatever I was trying to do.
Today we're going camping. You knew it. We're already at campsite.
At Robert Treman State Park, upstate New York. About 3 hours away from Albany.
Not that far.
Not that far. And right now we're going to go find a trail, see if we can't get stung by some bees. Here's our map. Let's not get lost. So we're going to go north by south, northwest. There we go.
There'll be a sign.
Just signs. There'll be a sign. I mean, it's the forest, right?
No.
You can see the waterfall, and it is maybe like a 15-minute walk from our campsite, 10-minute walk.
very hairy after all, because it is trunk after all. Look at that hole.
That's a pretty deep hole. Stick your arm in there.
No way.
Hey Luna, what do you see? What do you see out there?
I don't see anything.
Alright, so pretty much first thing after we got here, I went out to look for some firewood. And I could hear some sounds. I couldn't tell what it was, but it sounded like it was people yelling for help. And I saw a boy on a bicycle, and his face was swollen, and his arms were swollen. And he was crying, screaming, help. Hey, are you okay? And I asked him a bunch of times if he was okay, but he kept crying, he wouldn't answer me. So I just let him go. A second child ran up and asked me if I could help. He said, my brother, he's lost, or something like that. I said, okay, lead me to him. And he's like, down by the river. So we're running down this hill. And then he starts screaming. And he's yelling for his brother, and I can tell instantly we're being attacked by bees. So I tell him, turn around, go back out to the road, and I'll get his brother. This little boy's crying and needs help. And I gather him up, and as soon as we got to the top of the hill, his family was waiting. I'd already been stung 3 times. I think he only got stung a couple times. But the first boy had stings on his face and on his arms. His whole family came by. Later on, his whole family came by our campsite to say thank you. It was very kind. What? Luna, we're packing up. Have you guys seen Luna?
I don't know.
Where's right? Is she in the tent? Luna!
What name was my face?
Whoa!
It does look pretty big.